internet to traditional libraries become of the consideration online media. Internet is easier to use, more convenient, open 24 by 7 and full of more and up-to-date material. The role of librarians is continuing to evolve with the adoption of internet and World Wide Web into the profession of librarianship. Through it is different to predict with certainly how active the role of librarians would be in the evolving scenario. It can be said with confidence that their services cannot be dispensed with because they have the necessary qualification and historically the first right to attain to the information need of the seekers. The cyber security library means an ongoing effort to collect and organize documents and other resources that facilitate the exploration of interdisciplinary topics related to the challenges of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity can be categorized into five distinct types. One, critical infrastructure security. Two, application security. Three, network security. Four, cloud security. Five, Internet of Things security. If we want to save the libraries from cyber attack, then please attend to conference carefully, which is help to all librarians, library professionals, and research students. I request to all participants, please ask your any query to today's resource persons. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for a brief and detailed introduction and explaining the important aspects of cybersecurity and issues related to cybersecurity. Dear participants, as today's event has been joined by the participants from different regions across the country, so it is necessary for all of us to know about more about the SUKLA, Shivaji University College Librarians Association, Kolhapur. Now, I would like to request Dr. Adhav sir, President of SUKLA, for giving a brief introduction of SUKLA.
Oh, thank you, madam. Thank you. Good morning, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure, and on behalf of MS Sindhe College Tisangi and Shivaji University College Library Association, that is SUKLA, to welcome all of you from various regions to participate in the national workshop on libraries in the cyber world, issues and challenges. On behalf of SUKLA, I heartily welcome and thankful of today's keynote person, Dr. Yuvraj Jadhav sir, Department of LIS, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Again, I heartily welcome and very much thankful of today's resource person, Dr. Sampath Kumar sir, Professor, Department of LIS, Tumkur University, Karnataka. I welcome and thankful today's workshop convener and in charge principal and librarian, Dr. B.S. Padwal sir, MS Sindhe College, Tisangi. I also welcome to all authority person of SUKLA, library professional, research student, and dear friends and library staff. It is my duty to introduce SUKLA, Shivaji University College Library Association, that is SUKLA, is established on 10th April 2018. The association is registered under the Society Act 1860 and Mumbai Public Trust Act 1950. The main objective of the association is to organize all college librarians working in the colleges affiliated to Shivaji University, Kolhapur, for solving their professional difficulties, problems, and attempts for their impartial rights. The vision of association is to promote fellow-feeling social interaction between the librarians, self-help relevance, self-respect among librarians working working in academic institutions. Shukla organized 15 seminars, conferences, and workshops at various levels in last 4 years. And today we are organized 16th workshop on libraries in the cyber world, issues and challenges, on the demand of the college librarians and library professionals. So I hope today's workshop is very helpful and useful to librarians and library professionals regarding cyber crime and cyber security issues and challenges. Thank you very much. Then I hand over further program to Professor Minaz Naikodi ma'am, active member of the Shukla. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. A brief introduction of Shukla. Shukla is working for the betterment of college libraries, working in the affiliated colleges to Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to request Mr. Mahesh Gaikwad, librarian, SGM College Karad, to introduce our today's keynote address speaker, Dr. YG Jadhav, sir, Associate Professor, Department of Library and Information Science, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Over to you, Mahesh, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good morning to one and all. With the grace of Almighty, on behalf of M.G. Shinde Mahavidyalaya Tisangi, Library Department and Shivaji University College Librarian Association, I am Mahesh Gaikwad here for introducing today's resource person. Today, we have with us two renowned personalities. First one is that Dr. Yuvraj Jadhav, Assistant Professor Information Science, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, and Dr. Sampath Kumar, Professor of the Department of Studies and Research in Library and Information Science, Tumkur University, Tumkur. Dr. Yuvraj Jadhav holds bachelor degree in chemistry and master degree in Library and Information Science from Savitribai Phule University, Pune. He pursued his PhD degree from Shivaji University, Kolhapur. He published 17 research papers in various national and international journals and presented papers in 8 national and international conferences. He is working on research project allocated by Shivaji University under the Research Strengthening Scheme. Dr. Jadhav sir is a PhD guide and 3 research students are doing their research work under his guidance. Dr. Jadhav sir worked as a DRC member, BOS member, and also exam coordinator at Shivaji University. He worked as a general reporter for UGC sponsor national conference, worked as a chairperson of technical session of various national and international conferences. He worked as an organizing secretary of national workshop, worked as a member of organizing committee, and also a teacher in charge of UGC coaching classes for NetSet, and also working as a coordinator for Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao from 2018-19. Sir is also working as a NAC coordinator of Department of Library and Information Science, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Sir is a life member of prestigious LIS associations like ILA, EATLIS, etc. His personal areas of interest are ICT in LIS, research methodology, library classification, etc. With this word, I would like to thank Dr. Yuvraj Jadhav sir for accepting invitation. Thank you very much. Over to Naikodi madam.
Hello, Mahesh sir. Now, I would like to request you to further introduce our today's respected resource person, Dr. B.T. Sampath Kumar sir, Professor, Department of Library and Information Science, Tumkur University, Tumkur.
Okay, ma'am. So now, today we have also another one personality as a resource person is Dr. B.T. Sampath Kumar sir. who is working as a professor in Department of Studies and Research in Library and Information Science, Tumkur University, Tumkur, India. Sir has a rare distinction of achieving first rank in MSc, Library and Information Science, and receiving gold medal. He pursued his PhD degree from Kyompu University and also obtained postgraduate diploma in computer science from University of Hyderabad, Telangana. Dr. B.T. Sampath Kumar sir has published more than 150 research papers in international, national, reputed journals and seminar conference proceedings. He has received ILA PV Verghese Award from for the best research paper published in ILA Bulletin. He also received Best Academic Allies Professional Award by Library Professional Association during ICOL 2019 at Sardar Patel University, Gujarat. He published 4 books are in his credits. More than 9 conference proceedings have been edited. Total 7 students completed PhD. 3 students completed MPhil and 39 MSc students completed his project work under his valuable guidance. And now 4 students are doing their PhD research work under his guidance. He served as a registrar in charge, Dean Faculty of Science Technology, Director, College and Development Council, Deputy Registrar, Academic Section, Special Officer, Academic Section, Syndicate Member and Academic Council Member of Tumkur University, Tumkur. He served as an Assistant Director, Prasanga of Kyompu University. At present, he is serving as a Director. Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation Board, Tumkur University, Tumkur. His interested areas of research are ICT, search engines, webometrics, web designing, and internet use. With this word, I would like to thank also Dr. Sampath Kumar sir for accepting our invitation. Thank you very much. Over to Naikodu ma'am.
Thank you, Mahesh. Now I would request respected Dr. YG Jadhav sir to please grace this event with your valuable keynote address for today's national workshop. Over to you, sir. Jadhav sir.
Thank you, Gaikwad sir and Naikwad madam. Honorable Secretary of this Jnana Sadhana Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Shri Swapnil Shinde sir. Then today's resource person of this workshop, respected Dr. B.T. Sampath Kumar sir, Professor from Tumkur University. Respected Dr. Padwar sir, in charge principal and librarian of MSc Mahavidyalaya Tisangi. Respected Dr. Adav sir, president of Sukla and librarian of New College, and all fellow participant friends. At the outside, I am very thankful to organizer that they have given me opportunity and invited as a chairperson. And it is a very nice thing, that is libraries in the cyber world, issues and challenges. So, dear friends, now we are living in an information age, and particularly a of ICT facilities to render the information service. We process and store large amount of confidential data. Know about security of that particular data. So we all using the cyber media, but very few library professionals are
Jadhav sir, your audio is not audible.
Hello, Jadhav sir.
Jadhav sir.
Maybe some.
Are you there? You are not audible, sir. Might be sir have some connectivity problem.
Madam Jadhav sir left now.
Okay, so
Technical,
should I
there's
request
some
now?
technical issues.
Okay, okay. So we should proceed further, sir.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Okay, okay. Hello, Mahesh, please call Jadhav sir.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Good. Correct. Mahesh sir.
Hello, Mahesh. Hello, Adhav sir. Mahesh sir is there, na?
Yes, yes.
Two people are waiting in room, so please allow them.
Yes.
Sir,
Jadhav sir na add करा. इन्हीं शिवाय जाएगी.
has Jadhav sir entered in the meeting? Hello, Adhav sir. Hello, dear participants. There are some technical issues, so please be with us.
Hello, ma'am.
हाँ महेश.
Sir is having a network issue, so
Okay.
she is trying to join.
Okay.
Just wait for 5 minutes.
Yes, no problem. Let him join and then we will proceed.
Yes. Just for 5 minutes.
Okay. Hello, Mahesh.
Yes, ma'am.
There are some participants still trying to join this meeting through the Zoom link. So please share the YouTube link in that particular WhatsApp group. So people should join over there.
Yes, ma'am. Link already shared on both WhatsApp group, also on Supla
Okay.
and also on that particular group.
Okay.
हॅलो नायकडे मॅडम.
हाँ, yes, sir.
हाँ यस मैडम, संपत कुमार सर को. हाँ सर.
Okay.
लास्ट.
Should I proceed further?
हाँ यस.
Okay. Respected participants, now the long-awaited moment has come to hear our today's renowned resource person, Dr. B.T. Sampat Kumar sir. Today's resource person. I would request Professor Dr. B.T. Sampat Kumar sir to please proceed further, sir. Hello.
Madam, I hope I am audible to all of you.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
हाँ यस.
So
Okay,
very pleasant morning to all. At the outset, I feel very happy, and of course, it's my great privilege and honor to share libraries in the cyber world, issues and challenges. Couple of days back, my good friend, Dr. Ravindra Adav, called me over the phone and he was requesting me to deliver a lecture on the cyber crime, especially the lives in the cyber world, and he wanted to address me to on the various issues and also the challenges what we are facing in the cyber world. I too happily agreed to deliver a lecture on the same topic. So before I start my lecture, let me profusely thank the principal of this esteemed college, Dr. Bhagwan Padwal sir, MH Shinde Mahavidyalay, and I'm especially thankful to my good friend and my LAS teacher, Yuvraj Jadhav, assistant professor at Shivaji University, and also my LAS professionals and my colleagues. So with this brief remarks, let us jump into the topic. So as you know very well, today I'm going to speak on the topic libraries in the cyber world, issues and challenges. So first I will share the screen. I hope the screen is visible to all of you. Good. Challenges and
Yes, sir. It's visible now.
Yeah. So before we understand what exactly the cyber crime and what are the precautions we need to take, so we shall understand what is a library. Of course, no need to tell about the library because I know very well we're all library professionals working since the last couple of 2 decades or 3 decades. Anyhow, libraries are not only mere storehouses, so that's very important. So this is the wonderful statement given by Dr. S. Ranganathan. Libraries are not only mere stores of documents, they are rich springs from where the knowledge flows out to irrigate the vast field of education and culture. So probably you might have seen or you might have read various definitions for the library. In my opinion, this is the best definition to the library in India, Dr. S. R. Ranganathan. So he clearly mentioned that libraries are not only mere stores of books, but they are like a rich springs from where the knowledge flows out to irrigate the vast field of education and culture. So this is exactly the library. Today we are living the cyber world, internet world, or digital world, and we are forced to use various internet resources, internet services, and we need to provide the effective services to the user community at the right time to a right user. That's why we need to understand what exactly is cyber library. A cyber library is a library or is a resource that replaces the traditional hard copy of the library. Today, we treat our library website as a library. Our database is our own resource. We have archives, we have e-resources like e-journals, e-books, e-reference sources. Today we are providing an effective service to the users using the electronic resources. That's why we used to say we are living in the cyber world. That's why we need to use the cyber libraries. In order to handle the cyber library, we need a person that's called cybrarian. We're all cybrarians, including myself, we're all cybrarian. So what is a cybrarian? It's a new concept introduced by the people. A cybrarian is a library and information professional who is specialized, so that's very important, who has a special skill in using the internet as a tool or as internet as a resource tool. Moreover, the cybrarian provides a right information to a right user at the right time. Normally, we many times we have spoken and we have told like this. Our job is to provide the right information to a right user at the right time. Normally, unless you use the internet resources, unless we use the ICT application, it may not be possible for us to provide a right information to a right user at the right time. But the internet has become a boon for all of us. We're using internet for various purposes, for various academic and research purposes, where we can provide a right information to the right user at the right time. That's why we're all so called cybrarians. We're all cybrarians because we are going to effectively use the internet as a tool to provide the information to the information users. So that's why it's called a cybrarian. Of course, the cybrarian acts as a link between the library user needs and its resources and services. I am proud to say the librarians are the best people on the campus who can handle the internet very effectively. They are the best people on the campus to handle the computer net applications very effectively. Because I worked as a CDC director at College Development Council, I have witnessed and I have noticed that most of the principal heavily depending on the librarians in order to do some ICT work. So I always feel proud and I have pride also to say that our librarians are the best professionals to handle the IT related activities. So because of the technology, today we learned more about the technology, we learned more about the internet, we learned more about the world wide web. That's why we're acting as a link between the user's needs and the resources what we have today in the library. And moreover, we are going to promote the use of available reading material in the library with the help of the information communication technology. Moreover, the cybrarian optimizes the use of information sources within the limited resources and manpower, and he tried his level best to improve the image of the library. So today, no need to push the content to the doorstep of the user. No need to request the library users to read the books in the library. So instead of that, what we have done, we are pushing the content to the doorsteps of the users. We have used email, we have used a WhatsApp group, we have used Twitters, we have used our library websites where we have scanned the hard copies and we have uploaded the same on the websites and we have sent it by mail so that the users can easily read what we have pushed through the ICT services. So today, no need to request any user to read the books within the four walls because we have trained and we know very well how to push the content to the doorstep of the users during the corona period. Most of the librarians have done a wonderful work where they have pushed the content to the doorsteps and the users have enjoyed like anything. So that is the main concept of the cyber world, cyber library, and the librarian. So there are a lot of debate between the Google and Librarian or Librarian. So many people will say Google is the best search engine to search any information on the web. In my opinion, you cannot compare the Librarian or Librarian with the Google. Why? A Google is a software or a program or a search engine provides thousands of answers to a users, but there is no guarantee that those answers are evaluated by someone. So it may provide the information which may not be filtered by the subject experts. The Google may give lot of information which is the person who can provide fine-tuned content, filtered information, polished information, and evaluate information to the right users at the right time. So that is the beauty of the librarians. So don't think we should not be compared to the Google because Google is a software that can provide. We are the people where we can provide. Am I able to you now? Yes. So have a massive amount of information to the users, whereas the filtered information or evaluated information, they're all far better than the Google. So I would like to give some information about the paradigm shift in marketing. So normally when you see the marketing concept, we have witnessed the paradigm shift in the marketing. So olden days, we use the request and buy concept. What is the request and buy concept? So there were physical shops for that. The customer used to go to the shop and used to get the product. That's called request and buy. Probably when you request and buy the product, you may not be happy with the product. That's why recently the pick and buy concept has come. So what is this pick and buy? Here, the physical shops are there, malls have come. Normally, you might have seen Reliance Mall or many big bazaars have come in the cities where the user can easily or customer can easily enter into the mall. He can pick whatever he wants. So that is called pick and buy concept. But recently, because of the cyber world, today we have a click and buy concept. What is click and buy? So virtual shops are there. Amazon is a virtual shop. Flipkart is a virtual shop. GeoMart is a virtual shops. So there is no physical shop. They are all virtual shops. So customer need not to go to a shop. He can open Amazon. He can open Flipkart. He can open GeoMart. Simply click on the product. He can easily buy the product. So this is called the click and concept, click and buy concept. So we have witnessed the paradigm shift in marketing from request and buy to click and buy. The same thing has happened in the library system. So I will narrate how this has happened in the library. So take an example of library services. So olden days, we used closed access system, where there are some physical libraries, a user are not allowed to visit or enter into the library because it's a closed access system. He requests for a book where the librarian used to give the book to the library user. So that is called the request and read concept. That's the book storekeeper. So earlier days, the librarian was treated as book storekeeper. So this concept was changed to pick and read concept. What is the pick and read concept? Physical libraries are there, and we adopted open access system where a user or a reader can easily enter into our or your library, and he can pick whatever he wants to read. He can read it in the library. So we have shifted from request and read to pick and read concept. So today we are living in the digital world. That's why we're all called as librarians. We are providing the information to the users using various technologies. So user need not to come to library. Instead of that, what we have done, we have scanned the print copies of the documents of articles and we have posted on the web. A user needs to click and he has to read it. So that is called click and read concept, because today we are living the cyber world. So this is called a paradigm shift in the library service, and most of the library professionals are practicing the click and read concept, because during pandemic period, most of the libraries have wonderfully used the ICT, I mean information communication technology, where they have provided a lot of information to the faculty members as well as to the library users, so that they can read any book at their home or at their office, at their department, at their hostels. So this is called a paradigm shift in library services. So this has happened because of the cybrarians as the cyber world. So you may ask, so why should we understand about the cyber crimes? So we are all library professionals. Why should we bother about the cyber crimes? So there are various questions may be arise by the participants. So one reason is we are using computers today, and moreover we have put a lot of data in the computer or in the database, and we are using computer networks. We are using library databases. Okay, we are using websites. We are using emails, and we are using institutional repositories. So this is why we need to understand the cyber world, the cyber crimes, and also we need to understand how to avoid the possible cyber crimes and what are the security measures we need to adopt in the library so that we can avoid the possible cyber crimes. So with this introduction, let us understand about the cyber world, cyber crimes. So before we understand the cyber crime, we shall understand about the cyber crime. So you know very well the crime. So what is a crime? I think a crime is an illegal act. It can be punished by the government. That's called a crime. Moreover, the crime is an act that breaks a law. Kidnapping is a crime. Murder is a crime. Robbery is a crime. Theft is a crime. So these are the different crimes what we have seen in the society. For that, India has its own code that is called Indian Penal Code. So what is IPC? It's a main criminal code in India. It's a comprehensive code intended to cover all substantive aspects of criminal law. So normally you might have heard, now according to IPC section 420, according to IPC section 374, so there are various punishments are there. So IPC is a comprehensive code intended to cover all substantive aspects of criminal law. So for example, cheating is a crime. For that, the IPC code is 420. Many times used to say is a 420. So what is the 420? Is a cheater. Okay, 420 is a IPC code. I mean Indian Penal Code. So for robbery, the 397 is the code. For the theft, 378. For the hurt, 390. For giving false evidence, 191. Attempt to commit suicide is also a crime in India. So that is 309. So this is called the different codes we use in our IPC section. With this, let us understand what exactly is cybercrime. So we have seen the crime. What is cybercrime? Cybercrime is any crime that involves a computer and the network. So in order to commit a crime, no need to use the computer or the internet. But in case of cybercrime, if anybody wanted to commit the cybercrime, probably he might have used the internet as well as the computer. That's why a cyber crime is any crime or any illegal activity that involves a computer and a network or even an internet. So any criminal act dealing with computer and the network is called a cyber crime. So let us understand the statistics in India. So I was so surprised to explain to tell you. Recently, I was searching for the cybercrime statistics in India between 2012 to 2020. I was so surprised and I was shocked to know the number of cybercrimes which have been taken place in India. See, in India, in 2020, more than 50,000 plus cybercrimes have been taken place. In the 2019, 44,000 plus cybercrimes. In the 2018, 27,007. So the graph clearly shows that there is an increasing trend in the number of cyber crimes. Okay, so really, it is a shocking news for all the Indians. So that's why we must be very careful. So we need to have our own precautions. We need to have our security measures to avoid the possible cyber crimes. And recently in the Times of India, there was a statistics out of the top 10 most targeted countries by cyber attackers. India ranks in the fourth place. India ranks in the fourth place. So it's very shocking news for all of us. Now, probably you might have heard about Bengaluru, and most of you might have visited Bengaluru. So Bengaluru has various names, maybe Silicon City, maybe Garden City, okay, or Software City. So many names that Bengaluru has. But recently, the Bengaluru has another name, Cyber Crime City. Bengaluru is known for cyber crime city. Why? Bengaluru accounted for 47% of cyber crime cases reported from 19 metropolitan cities of the country during 2020. Okay, a total of 18,000 plus cybercrime cases were reported from the 19 metropolitan cities, of which Bengaluru registered 8,892 cyber cases. Just imagine. So 47% of cyber cases have occurred only in Bangalore, whereas Hyderabad witnessed only 2,500 plus. Mumbai, our own capital city, 433. Lucknow, 465. Ghaziabad 756, whereas Delhi hardly 166. The capital city of India has hardly 166 cyber crimes, whereas Bengaluru, because most of the software companies are in Bengaluru, probably that would be one of the reasons we have more number of cyber crimes in Bengaluru. So nearly 18,000 plus cyber crimes have been noticed in Bengaluru city. So this shows that in Bengaluru, most of the cyber crimes have been taken place. So Bengaluru is the India's cyber crime capital. Okay, so the cyber crime may be against the person. Okay, cyber crime may be against the property. The cyber crime may be against the government. Okay, so against the person in the sense, so somebody may try to steal the password. Somebody may hack the bank account. It is about the person. The cyber crime may be also against the property of the institution. Website is our property. Repository is our property. The database what we have is a property. Somebody may destroy the database institution or the university. So that's why cyber criminals may target the person, may target the property of the institution or the person, or even they may target the government organizations. So with this, now let us see the different types of cyber crimes. So these are the various cyber crimes normally we can see in the cyber world. One is data. So So these are the different cyber crimes normally we can see in the cyber world. One is hacking, next one is email bombing, Salami attack, email spoofing, okay, cyber stalking, and data dealing. So these are the different cyber crimes may be committed by the cyber criminals. Denial of service attack, phishing, okay, and spreading virus, worms are Trojan, and cyber grooming, online job fraud. Okay, so these are the different cyber crimes normally we can see in the cyber world. Let us see what are these. Very important cyber crime or very dangerous crime in the cyber world is hacking. So what is hacking? Computer hacking is the practice of modifying the computer hardware and software. Okay, and moreover, hacking generally refers to the unauthorized entry into a computer system or a network. Normally, in a library, you have your own server, you have your own computer. So somebody may enter into system using the duplicate password and user ID, and they may try to steal the data from your laptop or the system. So that is called hacking. That's why one should be very careful while using the system. You must have a strong password so that nobody can enter into your system without your permission. So hacking is a process or a practice of modifying the computer software or hardware, and normally it refers to unauthorized entry into the computer system or even a network. So hackers. So who are the hackers? Hacker is a person who breaks the password to get unauthorized entry into the system or a server or a computer. For what purpose? In order to commit the crimes. So the hackers are the people where they're going to break the password or they're going to create the duplicate password
Your voice is splitting, sir.
or they wanted to do some illegal activities in the system, and definitely that cannot be proper. That is called hacker. So am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes. Now you are audible. Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, Mahesh. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, madam. Hello. आले काय? आले बघा. Hello.
Sorry, sir. So there is some
Yes, sir. Yes, 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 yes. Continue, sir. Continue.
network issues.
Yes.
One minute. I hope it is visible. Slide is visible.
Yes, yes, visible, visible.
So next, the cybercrime is email bombing. So what is email bombing? Email bombing is the sending of massive amount of email to a specific person or system. That is called email bombing. Normally, if you receive one mail, I can reply further. If you receive two mails, we can reply further. If somebody email to the server of the library, so that servers on the library will be crash. So that is called email bombing. Huge amount of mail may simply fill up the recipient's disk space on the server, may cause the server stop functioning. That's called email bombing. That's why one should be very careful while using the library servers or library computer. Okay. So this is another cyber crime. Another very important cybercrime we need to know is Salami attack. What is Salami attack? Salami attack used for the purpose of committing financial crimes. Financial crimes. A criminal steal money or resources a bit at a time from the financial accounts on a system. So normally we do have account in the library. Somebody may steal the data without our notice. So one should be very careful. I will tell you one instance which has happened in Punjab. So there was a bank in Punjab. The manager wrote a program with the help of a software engineer so that every month only 1 rupee was deducted from the customer's account, and every month he used to get 1 lakh rupee because there were 1 lakh customers were there. When he deducted only 1 rupee from the customer's account, he used to get 1 lakh rupee to his account. So nobody noticed that 1 rupee has been deducted from their account. After 6 months or 7 months, one fellow noticed that 1 rupee was deducted every month from his account. So he was surprised. Why only 1 rupee was deducted my account? With that curiosity, he went to the bank. He approached the bank manager. Since he is the criminal, he didn't tell, and nothing to worry, 1 rupee was deducted. Why should you bother about 1 rupee? But the customer was not happy with the answer given by the bank manager. So what he did, he directly went to the main branch of the bank and he lodged a complaint against the manager. Then the investigation started. Then the investigators came to know that this manager deducted only 1 rupee from the account of the customers every year, every month, so that he could get 1 lakh every month. He enjoyed his life like anything for 1 year. Okay, so that's why even though it is 1 rupee or 2 rupee, we have to monitor. We have to monitor. So that is called salami attack. A salami attack is used for the purpose of committing financial crimes. Criminals steal money or resources a bit, small amount, small amount. Normally, if 1 rupee deducted from the account, we never bother, but we have to bother because we are living in the cyber world. We are using various apps like a phone pay, GPay, PMAP. So if you are not transferred the money to someone's account, it may be 1 rupee or 10 rupee. You have to notice, you have to monitor, we have to inform the bank manager. So this is very dangerous cyber crime we can see in the cyber world. That is called salami attack. So another cyber crime is the cyber bullying. So what is cyber bullying? It is a form of harassment through electronic devices such as computer, mobile phones, laptops. The act of making untrue statement about another, which damages his or her reputation. That's called cyberbullying. It may happen among our library users. So because we have a WhatsApp group, we have created WhatsApp group only to send the resources to the users. So in between, some criminals may send unwanted messages in the group. So that is also a cyber crime. That's called cyberbullying. So it's an act of making untrue statement. So they may post untrue statement about the librarian or about the fellow colleagues or may about the students or may about their friends. So that should not happen. We have to take care of that. That's why being a cyberarian, one should be very careful about the different cyber crimes and cyber criminals. So they wanted to make some disturbance in the society. So another cyber crime is cyber stalking. What is cyber stalking? A cyber stalking is the use of electronic communication to follow a person or attempt to contact a person to get personal interaction repeatedly. That is called cyber stalking. So he may monitor the internet, the email, and any other form of electronic communication and commits the offense of stalking. So normally the cyber criminals may follow which web browser he is going to use, which website he always use, to whom he has sent the mail, from whom he has received the mail. So they are going to follow because they wanted to do some crimes using your name. So that may happen. That is called a cyber stalking. I mean, it's the use of electronic communication like your laptop or your mobile or maybe desktop to attempt to contact a person to get the personal interaction repeatedly. That is called cyber stalking. Next is data diddling. What is data diddling? A data diddling is a changing of data before or during entry into the computer system. Normally, we have our own website. Okay, every library, every institution have their own website. So we wanted to upload the data to the website every day or every month. So what we do, we give the data to someone to upload the data to the website. That particular person may not upload the same data what we have given. He wanted to simply change the data what we have given. So that is called data diddling. So data diddling is a process of changing the data before or during entry into the computer system or even to the websites. It may happen. That's why don't trust everyone. Don't trust everyone. So whatever the data you have given, the same data has been uploaded to the website. You have to check it. So don't trust everyone. So that is called data diddling because normally the cyber criminals wanted to disturb the people and they wanted to change the data before or during the entry into the computer system. That is called data diddling. Next is webjacking. So very dangerous cyber crime in the cyber world. That's webjacking. The process of gaining access and control over the website of another. That's called webjacking. The information may be manipulated, may be changed, may be deleted. So without your permission. Normally, in order to upload the data to the library website, we have our own password and user ID. So normally, if I want to upload some data to my website, I have to log in. I have to log in using our login credentials. Some criminals may change or they may create the duplicate password and user ID to enter into the library website and they will change the whole data. They may change the statistics of the books. They may change the photos what we have uploaded. So they may do something unethical. So webjacking is a process of gaining access and control over the website of another, not of their own. The information may be manipulated, may be changed, may be deleted by the criminals in the website. That's called webjacking. So recently, University of Mysore website was hacked by the jihadi and they posted jihadi message. So it has happened, and of course we have seen in the newspaper. And also another university in Karnataka, Kuampu University website was hacked by proactive. So they totally they changed the website, they changed the vice chancellor photo, they changed the registrar photo, they changed the photos uploaded by the webmaster of the Kuampu University. So that is called webjacking. So webjacking is a process of changing or manipulating or deleting the data using the login credentials and recreated by the criminals. So that is called webjacking. And very importantly, we have to know about the denial of service attack because normally in a library, we have huge amount of data that must be downloaded by the users. Okay, so there are some users they wanted to download it. So what is denial of service attack? It is an attempt by the cyber criminals to make the computer, to make the server, to make the network resource unavailable to intended users. Because, for example, I have uploaded some question papers to my website. Only the students download the question papers using their smartphone or the laptop or to their desktop. The students are called intended users. Apart from the users, intended some criminals are there. So what they will do, they will make the server busy. How? They wanted to, they will give massive amount of request to the server so that the server will become busy and the intended users will not download the data. So that is called denial of service attack. It is an attempt by the cyber criminals where they will make the computer server busy or they make the server unavailable to the intended users. You can see the green lines and red lines. So green line shows the intended users. The red line shows the cyber criminals. They wanted to make the server busy so that the data cannot be downloaded by the intended users. It may happen. Example, we have uploaded our document databases, we have uploaded the bibliography details of the documents, and we have our own database. Our students will normally download the data. Many times the cyber criminals make our server busy unnecessarily so that our intended users cannot download the same. So such crime is called denial of service attack. So here the computer flooded with more requests than it can handle, which can crash, which can cause the server to crash. So it will happen. So one should be very careful. We should not allow any criminals to do like this. Okay. Next is phishing. The most common cyber crime in the cyber world, that's called phishing. So what is a phishing? It is an attempt to acquire sensitive information, maybe username, maybe password, maybe credit card details, maybe debit card details. That is called a phishing. Okay. So because normally for every computer we have our own password. For every website we have our own credit login credentials. Somebody wanted to steal, somebody wanted to get the credentials, or they wanted to acquire the sensitive information. It may be our password, it may be our username, it may be our credit card details or debit card details. So recently what has happened, so I think many of you might have received the same message. I got a message, your active mobile number one has won 3 crore 35 lakhs and BMW car. For claim, send your name, address, mobile, age, and occupation to bmwmobn@gmail.com. So you may ask, so simply if you give the name, address, mobile, how can they steal the money from our account? So normally what they do, so they will give a message like this. So please send your only your mobile number, address, and age, and they are going to offer BMW car with 3 crores of rupees. So once you send your name, your address, your mobile number, and age, what they will do, they may double the offer, and they will say, so we are going to offer 2 or 3 BMW cars, and they're going to increase the 3 crores of rupees to 5 crores or 6 crores, and please send your bank details along with the PIN. So definitely, because we always look at the BMW car, we look at the 5 crore rupees, and without thinking anything, so we simply send the bank details to the cyber criminals. Definitely, they will steal the money from our account. So that's why one should be very careful. So this is called phishing. Actually, most of the time, you might have received a message like this to your smartphone, and don't respond to such messages. Please don't respond to such messages. And virus are warm attacks. So this is a common cyber crime we can see in the cyber world. So what is virus and warm attacks? A computer virus is a program written to enter into computer of the library, which damage or alter the files, alter the database, and it may replicate itself. That is called a virus. And worms are the malicious programs that make copies themselves again and again on the local drive, network, and share, so that you cannot use the server properly. So it may happen. It's called virus or worm attack. Misleading applications. Of course, I too received misleading applications many times when I am using my internet or World Wide Web. So there will be a warning message on our screen. What is the warning message? Your computer may be infected. Do you want to clean the virus? Normally, what we feel, so we wanted to download it. Okay, many times I have seen our professionals or our students they will purchase a computer for 30,000 rupees or 35,000 rupees, but they never purchase the antivirus software because they look at one level. They can it is offerable to them to buy a laptop of 30,000 rupees. Many times we feel very bad to purchase antivirus software. It may be cost of the antivirus maybe around 1,000 to 1,500 rupees. So they wanted to download the antivirus software from the internet. That should not be. So these are the misleading applications, warning messages. What is this warning message? Misleading applications misguide you about the security status of your computer, maybe a laptop. So normally it shows Your computer may be infected. Do you want to download this antivirus software to clean the virus? Once you download the freely available antivirus to your laptop, it will not clean the virus, it will clean the files what you have. So that is called misleading applications. That's why when we are using servers, when we are using desktop, when you are using laptop in the library, you should not download any unknown software, unknown program to your laptop, because normally they may tell you, they may mislead you, stating that your laptop, your server, your desktop is infected by the virus and they wanted to clean it. Normally they won't clean the virus, they may clean the entire hard disk. Definitely, you will lose the whole data of the library. So it may show you that your computer is infected by some malware, then automatically, so you have to download. So once you download, may the program itself it may be a virus, it may destroy the whole data what you have in the particular hard disk or in the laptop. So another cyber crime normally committed by the cyber criminal is adware. So what is adware? It is generally adware is a software application in which advertising banners are displayed while any program is running. Normally you are using internet, you are using email, so there will be some pop-ups. Congratulations, you won 2 desktops. Congratulations, you won 1 laptop. So they're called adverts. It's not ads, they're called adverts. So normally why they are doing, so it can automatically get downloaded to your system while browsing any website that can be viewed through pop-ups windows or through a bar that appears on the computer screen automatically. So adware used for companies for marketing purpose. So that's why. So don't believe or don't search adverts. Okay, so this is one of the adverts we have seen. So congratulations, you have got free desktop, you have got free laptop. Please forget to download the details. So don't click on such details unnecessarily. Okay. Another cyber crime normally we can see in the cyber world is spams. So spamming is a method of flooding the internet with copies of same message. So of course you might have seen your Gmail folder where you can see the spam folder. So what is spam folder? Unsolicited or unwanted mails may be stored in the spam folder. So normally we need to clean the spam folder often, very often, because most of the time we can see unwanted or unsolicited mails in the spam folder. So normally, if you have your own library email system, please try to delete the spams from the spam folder. So they are sent as unwanted or junk email to the users. So these spam mails are very annoying as it can keep coming every day or every hover and keeps your mailbox full. That's called spam. They are not good mails. They are somebody has sent unnecessarily to fill your email box. Another cyber crime is spyware. Spyware. So what is spyware? It's a type of program that is installed with or without your permission on your personal computer or the library server or on the library computer. To what is the intention behind it? In order to collect the data about the users, in order to collect the files stored in the computer, in order to know the browsing habits. Okay. Later, it collects the data about the browsing habits and the files. It will send the message to someone. So that's called a spyware. So normally, when we download some websites which are not authentic, it may happen. So my sincere request to all the library professionals is that don't trust all the programs, don't trust or don't download all the software freely available on the internet, because it may be a spyware. So when you click on the download option, automatically it will be downloaded to the system. It may collect the data from the computer files, computer hard disk. It may send the data to someone. So it may happen. That's called a spyware. And Trojan horse, it's not a virus. It's a destructive program. It destroys the data or the files in your system. It looks like a genuine application. So unlike virus, Trojans do not replicate themselves, but they can be just as destructive. Suppose open a backdoor entry into a computer system of the library, which gives malicious user program access to your system, allowing confidential and personal information to theft. That's why you should not allow the Trojan to come into the system. Another very important cyber crime recently we have witnessed is cyber grooming. So what is cyber grooming? It is when a person builds an online relationship with a person and pressures him or her into doing a illegal act. So that is called cyberbullying. Now in Facebook, in the Twitter, in the blogs, or maybe in the WhatsApp group. So it may happen. So it will happen when a person builds an online relationship. So most of the time, so they will build the online relationship without seeing the faces. Okay. Or later, they wanted to do the illegal activities. That's why being a librarian, our job is not only to keep the books in the library. We have to educate our library users how to make use of the library, how to make use of the internet, how to make use of the technology. What are the things we must know by using the internet? Okay, what are the possible cyber crimes and how to avoid such possible cyber crimes to safeguard our library system or library computers. So it will happen many times in the library system. And online job fraud. Many times our students wanted to get the job, and recently many people have started this online job fraud work. So what is online job fraud? Online job fraud is an attempt to defraud the people who are in need of employment by giving them false hope, promise of better employment with higher wages. That is called online job fraud. So that's why you must educate your library users. Don't trust such websites. Okay, so before they send their CV, they have to think of the authenticity of the particular website. That has to be done by the library users. So for this, India has enacted the Act, IT Act 2000. So what is this? It is an act of the Indian Parliament notified in the year 2000. So moreover, the IT Act 2000 is a primary law in India dealing with cyber crimes and electronic commerce, e-commerce. So what it has, a cyber police system is there. A cyber police are the government agencies who are in charge of stopping the possible cyber crimes. Possible cyber crimes. So I would like to show some of the particulars and the penalties in the cyber law in India. So one is tampering with computer source documents. So the penalties up to 3 year imprisonment or with fine up to 2 lakh rupee or with both. So we have to create awareness among the users. And sending offensive messages through communication service. Normally, I told a couple of minutes back, every library or every college may have a WhatsApp group. And some people wanted to send some offensive messages in the WhatsApp group or in the Facebook. So then definitely if anybody lodge a complaint in the cyber police station, so definitely you will be punished up to 3 years imprisonment with fine. So that is very important. And violation of privacy up to 3 year imprisonments or with fine up to 2 lakhs rupees or with both. And publication of fraudulent purpose. Okay, so we have to create awareness among our faculty members about this publication aspects. So maximum 2 year imprisonment or with a fine, which may extend up to 1 lakh rupee or with both. And publishing obvious information in electronic form. Okay, so 10 years imprisonment maximum or with fine, which may extend up to 2 lakh rupees or with both. So these are the different particulars and penalties we can see in the cyber law in India. So we have to create an awareness among our library users and the faculty members what to do, what not to do. So with this, let us understand how to avoid the possible cyber crimes. What are the security measures we need to take as a librarian, as a cybrarian? Of course, I need to say we are all cybrarians because we are living in the cyber world and we are going to provide a right information, the right tools at the right time using the ICT tools and devices so that we can push the content to their doorsteps. So being a cybrarians, we must know how to avoid the possible cyber crimes. Okay. So what is cyber security? A cyber security is an application technology to protect the system, the computer. It may be a laptop, it may be a desktop, it may be a server, or it may be a network, programs, devices, data from possible cyber attacks. So the cyber security aims to reduce the risk of cyber attacks and protect against the unauthorized exploitation of systems, networks, and technologies. What are the different types of cybersecurity? We need to have a librarians. As a librarians, as cybrarians, what are the minimum cybersecurity we need to have? One is antivirus, another firewall, password, and keep software updated, security suite, and data backups and cryptography. So let's see one by one. So what are the security measures we need to take as librarians? antivirus. So already I have told very clearly. So if you have a server, if you have a laptop, if you have a desktop, you need to install antivirus software. So what is antivirus software? It's a program and a set of programs that are designed to prevent, search for, detect and remove virus. So it not only search the virus, it will remove the virus. So you can buy maybe so various ABG, various antivirus software available. You can purchase, try to install in the system. And moreover, updating the antivirus software is very important. Many times I have seen the people will install the software, I mean antivirus software in the system, but they never update it. So unless you update the antivirus software, it cannot protect from the cyber crimes or cyber criminals. So especially you need to update the operating system, various update the software in order to avoid the possible cyber crimes. So this is especially important with your operating system and internet security software. And use of password, that's very important. So each and every computer of your library must be protected with a password. So password is a secret word or expression used by authorized person to protect information from the certain users. Okay, you need to give the password to every system. Okay? Whenever the user wanted to use it, you can give the password, let him use. So don't allow everyone to use your system. Please always provide a password. So password consists of at least 6 characters, combination of letters, numbers, and symbols are allowed. So normally, many times what I have seen among the students, they will give their own name as a password. That should not be, and you should not give the library as a password, because anybody can easily think that definitely library would be the password to enter into the system. Don't give library as a password, okay, or your name as a password, or a librarian as a password. So your password should consist of special characters or some symbols, number, uppercase, okay, and you should not give your name as a password, the date of birth as a password, library name as a password, and other words which can be easily guessed by the users. So we should not give the name as a password. So I will tell you one thing. A couple of months back, I engaged a class in our university. I asked one student his password. So I asked him, "What's your password?" He told Ramesh. Ramesh, you should not tell your password. Why you have told it? Sir, you asked me the password, that's why I told it. See, even though he's a teacher, you should not tell your password. I told Ramesh, Ramesh, in future, don't tell your name. Don't don't use your name as password, one thing. And if somebody asks me about the password, don't tell it. So he agreed. Okay, sir, in future, I won't tell my password to anyone. He agreed. And I told him, don't use your name as a password. He too agreed. Sir, I will change it. So what I have to change? So you have to use a strong password. I mean, you have to use various symbols, upper cases and lower case and numbers. You have to create your own password, strong password, and you have to keep your password. He agreed. He went back to home and he came back. Next day I asked him, Ramesh, did you change your password to strong password? Yes, sir, I have changed to strong password. So what is the password? He told in the classroom, sir, I have given STRONGPASSWR. Why, Ramesh, you have given this password? Sir, you only told you, sir, you have to give strong password. That's why I given password as strong password. If the password is only a strong password, so it has happened. So I told Ramesh, you should not give the password as STRONGPASSWRD. You have to give a strong password using uppercase and lowercase and using special characters. Okay, once again he went back and he came again to classroom. I asked him, have you changed the strong password to some password? Yes, he told. Sir, I have given the uppercases, lowercase, numbers, and special characters. So because of you, I have forgotten my own password. So it has happened. So normally, when you give a strong password to your library desktop, library laptop, you have to keep the same in your notebook or somewhere, so that if you have forgotten, you can recover the same from the notebook. So that has to be done. So that's why my sincere request is that please use strong password. It must be a combination of letters, symbols, numbers, uppercase, lowercase, so that nobody can use your system without your permission. Without your permission. And protect your financial details. Of course, our library has an account. Okay. Every library has its own bank account. So normally, legitimate bank or companies will never ask for any personal details, or they never ask about the ask to transfer the money to other accounts. They never ask. Normally, many times we may receive a mail, we may receive a call. So please send your bank details along with the password. Please transfer the money to this account. Like that, in the name of the bank, they may call. So don't trust such calls. Legitimate banks will never ask the personal details. So people face fraudulent who are looking to steal money or personal information to fill some random online forms with their details. That's why one should be very careful while handling your library uh, accounts. And educate your children, in sense, educate your library users about the internet. Internet. So teach your library users about the scams, what is acceptable usage of the internet. Communicate with them and assure them that they can come to you if they face any stalking or bullying or online harassment. So that's why you must give freedom to your library users whenever they suffer from these cyber crimes. So they have to inform the concerned authority. It may be college principal or maybe librarian, because there may be some harassment messages or some bullying or online stalking. So definitely the users need to inform the librarians. And if you are the victim, become a victim of the cyber crime, so what you have to do? You require to inform the cyber police or local cyber police. Probably it may also called cyber cell in some cases. So, so something has happened in your database, something has happened to your library files, something has happened to your library computer, library system. What you have to do? You have to lodge a complaint in the cyber police station. Every city like a Kolhapur, or it may be a Pune, it may be a Mumbai, or it may be any district place, it will have the cyber police station. So when you face any cyber crimes in the system, definitely you have to lodge a complaint against cyber criminals in the cyber police. So definitely they will take care of the cyber criminals, and they may try their level best to monitor the criminals. And moreover, if there is any some problems in the account, so then you have to uh, contact the bank people or even the company where the fraud will occur. So don't neglect. It may be a small crime, it may be a big crime. So we have to inform to the cyber police. Okay, and you must monitor your online banking. Okay, credit card or financial activities, and keep complicated password for each application, and do not allow users to visit your password protected sites in your options. So normally in case of library websites or in case of our computer system or server, everybody will come and they will see the data. So we should not allow everyone to enter into the computer system. It should be highly password protected. So avoid uncertain sites and chart rooms. So that's very important. Normally, what we do while downloading the data from the World Wide Web, we used to visit all the libraries, all the websites to download it. But one thing is, you must not visit some uncertain sites, and don't respond to the pop-ups, text, and emails that ask your login information or login credentials. That's very important. Many times, what we do when someone asks about the login credentials, we feel that is our users. He is asking about the login credentials. We will send it the mail. Probably he may not be a user. He may be a cyber criminal. So he may destroy the whole data what we have in the library server. So that's why want to be very careful while sharing our personal details. And moreover, being an institution, it may have its own firewall. So what is a firewall? A firewall is a system designed to prevent unauthorized entry into the private network or the home network. So we need to have our own firewall. Normally, if you ask your computer they will help you to how to create a firewall will protect you. Okay, so it's a system which is designed to prevent unauthorized access to or from private network. So here it can be implemented in both hardware as well as software or combination of those. So normally the big institutions like Pune University or some colleges, they will have their own firewall. So firewall will protect the unauthorized access to use the system. So it is designed to prevent unauthorized entry into the system. Okay. And moreover, you may use a combination of security measures. You may use a virus, you may use antivirus, you may use anti-malwares, you may use a firewalls, you may use anti-spyware, so that you will keep the data the utmost safe. And the best way of protecting the data from the possible cyber crime is data backup. Data backup. A data backup is the result of copying or archiving files and folders for the purpose of being able to restore them in case of data loss. So if you have lost the data because of the cyber criminal, cyber crimes, so what you have to do? Always you have to keep the data in another form. So you can keep the data in the hard disk or in the CD or DVD, at least in the G-RAID if possible, so that if something has happened to the library server, if something has happened to the library system, at least you can get back the data from the backup. So that's why. So whenever you want to keep the data in the server, always you have to keep the copy of the data in another form, maybe in the CD, DVD, in the another hard disk, or maybe in the cloud. So cloud can be used to store your own data, so that if something has happened to a local server, you can retrieve, you can get back the data from the data backups. That has to be done. So recently, many times I have told, whenever we go other universities, we always keep the PPT files in the G drive, because while moving from one place to another place, I may lose my laptop, I may lose my pen drive, I may lose my CD. Then I should not go there to tell, so I have lost my CD, that's why I cannot make a presentation in this particular seminar. So what we do, we always keep the data in the G drive. Okay, we go along with the laptop. If something has happened to my laptop, I can download the data from the G drive. So that has to be done by a teacher or a researcher. That's why, as a librarian, always you have to keep the data in some another form, so that if something has happened to your server or computer, you can download the same from that data. And probably it cannot be done by the librarians. In some companies, they will do the data encryption. What is data encryption? It is a process of encoding a message or information in such a way that only authorized parties can read it. That's called data encryption. That we cannot do that. Only some companies. So while sending the data, some cyber crimes may steal it. That's why what they do, they will encrypt the data, even though the cyber criminals steal the data, they cannot understand. So you can see on the slide. So sender, hello is the text I wanted to send it. So it will be encrypted. So encrypted text, percentage, FD, $JH. So it has been encrypted. So nobody can imagine that this text stands for hello. Okay, it has been encrypted. So then when they receive, when the authorized people receive it, they can decrypt the data, they will get the data as hello. So normally we cannot do all these techniques. Normally the big companies will encrypt the data only to prevent the possible cyber. Anyhow, so being a librarians, one should be very careful about the cyber crimes and cyber criminals. At any time, at any moment, our data may be stolen by someone. Our data may be destroyed. Our data may be lost. So what we have to do? Always we have to keep our data with utmost safe, so that we can provide the information to the right user at the right time. Okay? So with this, I will wind up this session. So before that, I must thank the principal of this college and my good friend Ravindra Adav, and also my learned colleagues for giving me this wonderful chance to interact with you today. So thank you again for the opportunity. Thanks a lot. So any queries and clarification, you're most welcome. I will try my level best to answer for your queries.
Hello, sir.
Amen.
There is one question from Preeti Patil ma'am that
Yeah.
she is asking for how to recognize that the site is fake, means any sign.
Sorry.
Uh,
How
actually,
to?
she want to know how to recognize the fake websites.
Yeah, how to recognize the fake website? Definitely. So it's a good question. See, when you look into any website, look into the author, look into the institution, by which institution it has been uploaded. For instance, you are going to download the data from the website. By whom it has been uploaded? Who is the author? what is the qualification, by which publisher it has been published, by which institution it has been published or uploaded. So there are all the very important information. Keeping in view, we can trust those information. For instance, so Pune Institute has uploaded some data. So definitely, if any data uploaded by the institution, we can trust it. We can trust it. Moreover, .org, .ac.in, or .edu, they are the domains where we can trust, because they are called organizational domains, educational domains, academic domains, ac.in. So like this, if you want to download any data, we have to look into the author, his qualifications, the institution, and the publisher. If they are good, you can trust it.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. Then another question is that for developing institutional repository using disk space in library, which operating system is safe? Windows or Linux, considering the web attacks on server?
Madam, actually, we cannot consider the operating system for the safety purpose. So for the safety purpose, we have our own antivirus software. We have to make use of the firewall. So even the operating system never plays a very important role to safeguard the data. Okay, so you can design and develop a digital library in a Unix platform or a Linux platform or Windows. That's immaterial. But in order to safeguard the data, you must have your own password. You must use your antivirus software. You must have your firewall system. It all depends upon the operating system.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. Now I would like to ask a question from my side, sir. May I? Okay. How we know denial of service attack and how we should avoid this?
Sorry, madam.
How we know denial of service attacks, which you have mentioned?
See, actually, when you create the website, there are a lot of differences between the web portal and the website. Web portal and website. A web portal is a space where a user needs to give some login credential to download the data. Okay. So for example, we have I am working at Tumkur University. I wanted to download the data about the students of Tumkur University. So I need to create the web portal. So what is a web portal? If I create a web portal, each and every user, authentic user, will have the login credentials like user ID and password. He will give his login credentials and he will only download the data from the web portal. So if you make it public, so definitely anybody can enter into the library website or the institute website. You wanted to, instead of downloading the application, he will make the server busy. So we need to have a web portal where you need to give the credentials to download the application. So don't make it public. Okay, you can make it public by giving login credentials. So if you make it public, anybody can send unwanted message to the server and they wanted to make the server busy.
Okay, sir. Okay. Then another questions in the chat box. Mangesh Bitre sir want to know that if we put our faculty research paper on institutional repository, so it comes under cybercrime.
Hey, no, madam, no, madam. So if the copyright which is the author, then they can easily put the publication details in the IA, nothing to worry. If the copyright which is the publisher, then we have to get the permission from the publisher, then we can upload in the IR. Of course, if the IR is only used by the institution faculty members, nothing to worry about the copyright. For instance, the Pune University IR, it is maintained by the webmaster of the Pune University and is only used by the faculty members of the Pune University, nothing to worry about the copyright. If we make it public, if you feel everyone can download the data, then we have to think of the copyright. Because once you publish any article in any journal, the copyright lies with the publisher, not with the author.
The next question from his sir, which can make safe our library server machine from cyber attacks and what to do if someone hacked our server.
So that's what I told. Always you need to have the data backups. Okay, the whole data has been changed. Okay. We need to keep the files in another
Your voice is splitting, sir. Hello, sir. Are you there? Hello, sir. You are not audible, sir.
हा मॅडम. हा मॅडम.
हाँ सर, सरांची कनेक्टिव्हिटी गेली आहे, आय थिंक सो.
गेले एक होते का बघा. डॉक्टर राजेंद्र पाटील आहेत का?
हा सर, ते जॉईन झाले. राजेंद्र पाटील सर जॉईन झाले.
ऑडिबल? हा येस.
थांबा थांबा जरा. आढाव सर.
हा
बघा की कनेक्ट होतात का बघा की.
वेट वेट वेट.
1-2 मिनिटं बघा.
हॅलो आढाव सर. हॅलो.
Am I audible?
हाँ सर जॉईन झाले. येस सर, यू आर नाउ ऑडिबल.
If something has happened to your library, what we have to do?
हाँ.
We have to always keep the data in another form. Okay, so get back the files from the data backup, and you can upload the same data in the library website. One thing, and moreover, you have to lodge a complaint against the cyber criminals in the cyber police. These two things we have to do. That's why many times I have told, always you must keep your data in some form, maybe in the CD, maybe in the DVD, maybe in the pen drive. If somebody has hacked your library website, please get back the data from the data backup and you can upload to the library.
Hello sir, are you there? Again, there might be some issues with connectivity.
No, I am here. I am here only.
Okay, okay, sir. There is one more question from the one other participant is that he wants to know that if he downloaded any article from Science Hub website, whether it comes under cybercrime.
Sorry, repeat the question.
Yes, sir. He want to know that if he downloaded any article from the Science Hub website, whether it comes under cybercrime.
Which article?
Article downloaded from Science Hub website, web portal of Science Hub.
Sci-Hub.
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
Very good question. Very good question. I will tell you. Don't download the data from the Sci-Hub. Instead of what you can do, you can request the authors to send the original article to your mail. Definitely they will send it. See, Sci-Hub is not a good, it's not ethical to download it. What you can do, if you want to download, if you want to get the article, so it is we need to subscribe the journal. If your library has not subscribed, then you can request the authors to send the soft copy of the article to your mail. Please send the mail like this. Sir, I have gone through the article which was published in so and so international journal. I was so happy to read your article. It's a wonderful article. I am working in the same area. I need your original article for my research work. Could you send it by mail? If you say like this, definitely the authors will send the article to your mail. That's why my sincere request is that don't download the articles from the site. It's my sincere request.
Thank you, sir, for this query. Actually, from my side, I want to say special thanks to you personally. Actually, I am pursuing PhD from the Shivaji University, Kolhapur, and I need some article which are not subscribed by the databases which I am having right now. So people are considering me to go for Science Sci-Hub.
Please, because normally librarians are the people where they are going to tell you about the ethical values, ethical issues. So when we do unethical issues, so how can we teach the ethical issues to others? We should not. So we have to find the alternative way to get the articles. When I was doing my own research, many articles I got from the foreign authors. Simply if you send a sugar-coated words, that's a wonderful article, sir. I wanted to get it from your side. I wanted to make use of the same in my work. So definitely they will send it. I used to send many articles whenever there is a request from the authors.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Any other questions from the other participant side? Please, you may put your question in the chat box or raise your hand just simply. I think there are no more questions from the participant side. Yes, Madhuri Kumari ma'am has raised her hand. Please, ma'am, put your question in the chat box. Otherwise, I will.
Ma'am, could I speak?
Yes, you may, ma'am. Yes, please speak.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your exhaustive presentation. It was covering all the aspects we can encounter as a librarian to the related to the cybersecurity. Sir, my question is that when we download any type of app, it grants some permission to access all these files or all these location or everything. So when we permit, then we are able to access that particular application or app over our phone. So it is not taking our data, or is there not any privacy concern with the cybersecurity we are giving to the particular application or app while using? So what is the best way to find that this application is authentic and good for use, or which one is not good for use, and we have to use that application or not, as a librarian to teach also, or as a user, how to recognize that?
Okay, we have to think in such a way that why they are asking the personal details of the researcher or the faculty, we have to think. Only for the academic purpose, if they are asking, it's okay. We can give the personal details. And moreover, when they are asking about the personal details, at most you can give your name and the institution where you're working. That's all. So more than that, you should not give the details of the faculty or the person who is going to download the article. So very less information can be provided in the application form and you can get it. No need to give detailed information about the person. And that's, yes. And moreover,
sir, my question is about the application app which we are using over our phone, mobile phone. When we install any application, they will ask access to your contact detail or your file or your location or something personal data they ask to access from our phone. Then they will allow to access the particular app, and then we smoothly function that.
So no need to provide detailed information about the user, madam, or the personal details. Nothing. No need to give the detailed information. So do you think if it is very important, you can provide only very few information to the app, you can get it. Otherwise, in my opinion, no need to give the detailed information to anyone or any app to download it. Because they may misuse in future, we don't know. For what purpose, with what intention they are going to get the details from the users, we don't know. So once you give the data, in future they may misuse it. That's why if you want to get it to your smartphone, you can give minimal details, maybe a name and maybe one address, so that you can get it. So no need to give the detailed information about the person. Maybe in future it may be dangerous.
So just like we take an example of Facebook, now this is essential or now Web 2.0 application we are using as a librarian or as a user. So we give the our complete details to give the authenticity that I am a genuine person to using this particular application. So the Facebook maybe use my personal data for the their convenience or their profit. So it is not a ethical breach of particular user or particular person.
That's what I told. So in case of a Facebook, all the fields are not mandatory. Only can give only few information. They won't say unless you give the detailed information, it cannot be created. If you give even the minimum information, definitely you can create the Facebook account. So that's why whichever is very essential, you can provide it. Otherwise, not necessary to give the full details.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I have a question. Hello.
Sir, tell me, sir. Tell me.
Sir, thank you for a wonderful lecture that you have done. Most of the people says the librarian is one of the record keeper person, but in the new scenario, librarian has to be changed their trends, and librarian became a cyberian. That's why I am really appreciate your lecture, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you the organizer that such a wonderful platform that given in the Zoom platform. My question is, sir, basically on cloud server. Can anyone hack the cloud-based database?
No, sir. Very rare. It's very rare. The main intention behind using the cloud server is to keep our data with utmost safe. With utmost safe. That's why 100% nobody can steal the data. Nobody can crash it, because the many people work together. They have created their own server, remote server. That's called cloud. So when you keep the data in the server, I am damn sure that it can be stored by anyone. The main intention behind creating the remote server or the cloud is to keep the data with most safety. Okay. Of course, it's a highly impossible task for any cyber criminal to do something, to do any illegal activity in the cloud.
Because we have get the services of online journals.
Yeah.
We have purchased online journals regarding ProQuest services and Medline completed. Basically, I'm medical field librarian. We have purchased ProQuest online journals package, and we have given user ID and password to the particular doctors. They have accessed their mobile on the particular journals. So anyone can hack their user ID or password and access the e-journals from that.
So it's not possible, sir. It's not possible.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for solving my query.
Possibility is very, very less.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
See, instead of keeping the money in your home, if you keep the money in the locker of the bank, can anybody steal the money?
No, sir. No, it's not possible.
That's the idea behind creating the cloud. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
A very good interaction today I had. Of course, many questions raised by the learned colleagues. That's why I told they're all learned colleagues. So when there are questions, I feel that I think you tried your level best to understand my views and my ideas. So thank you so much for your wonderful interaction and deliberation. Okay. I must thankful
Thank
to
you, sir, for covering all the aspects regarding cyber security. Actually, it's a active learners interactive session we have today.
Sure, definitely.
One
Because
more question is there, sir.
okay, madam, tell me.
My library server is hacked. Then what to do? Actually, you have covered all these points in your presentation, and previously, just before, you have covered the question.
When you have the data in other form. Okay. See, take an example of my own website, sampathkumar.info is my website. I don't know, somewhere or sometime it may be hacked by someone. That's why what I have done, I have kept all my files in the CD as well as in the pen drive. If something has happened to my library website, my own website, what I will do, so I will upload the files again to the my website so that I can keep the same files for the future use. The main security measure we need to take is keep the data in another form. That's the best remedy for this is cyber criminals. Of course, you can complain, you can lodge a complaint against the cyber criminals. Later, they may get the criminals. So nothing, we cannot get it back. That's why always precautions better than cure. I mean, precautions better than cure. That's the best policy.
नायकोडी मॅडम.
हाँ सर.
ना
हाँ सर.
सर आहेत पाटील सर आहेत आलो हा मॅडम.
हाँ सर. हाँ.
हा बोला ना पुढचं सांगा.
Sir, we should wind up the session now.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and Patil sir is going to express vote of thanks.
Okay,
yes.
thank you, ma'am. I am audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Okay. I am here. Vote of thanks. Sincerely thank our keynote resource person, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, who gave us inspirable speech. I see Honorable Dr. P.T. Department of Library Science, University, accepting our invitation and gracing one on national workshop on library. I am thankful to Honorable Shinde, Shikshan Prasarak Mandal Niude, and Prasarak Mandal Niude for gracing the workshop with his presence. I also Prasarak Mandal Niude for their inspiring RP sir, Professor Prashant Kalloli sir, Professor T.L. Kamble sir, Mahesh Minaj Naikodi madam, and all the members of Shivaji University College Librarian Association their participation in this workshop. I am very much thankful to Ms. Padwal sir, continuous support and online national workshop. I am thankful on national workshop on libraries in cyber issues. I am sure that artists this workshop. I am very thankful to College Karad providing online platform which is helping national workshop. I acknowledge the unwavering support of faculty and non-teaching staff members. I want to thank whose contribution online national workshop a successful one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Respected participants, thank you for taking time to join us today. Thank you. Feedback link for the today's session will be shared in the WhatsApp group. So please join over there and submit your feedbacks. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Should